Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. So here we are for the lesson number 3 of week number 4. We are come up with a new topic, that is creative writing skills. Under this topic, we are going to talk about how to write paragraphs. My dear students, we have been given a title, Ashraful Makhluqat by the Allah Almighty, because of the unbelievable potential, extraordinary capacities Allah has bestowed us. My dear students, we can invent new things, we can find out discoveries, we can find out blue skies, can investigate the new skies as well. So because of the unbelievable capacities and potentials and attributes, my dear students, we are going to talk about how to write creatively beautiful and excellent paragraphs. My dear students, I have set 3 main objectives for the lesson. By the end of this lesson, my students will be able to learn effective creative writing skills and strategies. And after they would learn and they would apply those effective creative writing skills to write excellent paragraphs. And because of the 2 major objectives of the lesson, they would apply their critical thinking under different settings, under multiple settings. So these are the 3 major objectives of the lesson of lesson number 3. My dear students, before jumping to the understanding how to write a paragraph, I would like to discuss with you the different types of paragraphs. There could be multiple types of paragraph, but I have summed them up into 6 different categories. The first one is called description. That would be called descriptive paragraphs. You can be given a title, for example, to write a paragraph on school. You can write a descriptive paragraph on it. For example, you can write how big your school is, how many classrooms you have, what are its attributes, and how many teachers are there. This kind of paragraph would be called a descriptive paragraph. And second one would be called informative paragraph. You can write information about a big event. It would be called as an informative paragraph. And third one would be called narrative paragraphs. Under such type of paragraphs, you can write the stories. For example, if a topic of a visit to hill station, you need to jump to the narrative inquiry, narrative paragraphs. You would write what happened on that day and how you went there actually. So this is narrative type of paragraphs. You write your personal experiences in such paragraphs. If we talk about the next one, it is called compare and contrast paragraphs. You compare 2 things together and you make a contrast out of them. For example, you can make a comparison between mobile phone and laptops, and you can find out a contrast between them. And the 5th one would be called a persuasive paragraph. I like it the most. When you will grow up, my dear students, you have to pursue people, you have to pursue them. You want themselves, or you want them to understand and to agree with your opinions. So this is called persuasiveness, to ask someone to agree with you. So this is called persuasive. If you want to write a persuasive paragraph, you need to have a strong knowledge. For example, if I want to be a legal consultant of coeducation, I would collect the data, I will collect the information, fact and figures around coeducation. Then I will pursue that particular topic. I will write in favor of coeducation and will ask my audience to agree with me. So this is called persuasive type of paragraphs. The last one is called cause and effect. For example, you can write a paragraph on a scientific subject. For example, the mobile phone, the diseases happening from mobile phone and what are the causes and what are the effect. For example, you can write on a big event, for example tsunami, or earthquake, or an earthquake. For example, you can write what the causes of that big earthquake, and what are some of the effects of that particular earthquake. So these are the six main and the major categories of paragraph. You can write on any of them. You can pick one of them and to write a paragraph on such kind of categories. If we can move forward to the actual understanding of how to write a paragraph, this would be our major concern: how to write a paragraph. As a young kid, as a young brain, if you equip yourself with this detail, I hope in future you will write beautiful paragraphs and excellent paragraphs. My dear student, first thing that you need to do is to brainstorm. Now you have been listening to this word since your childhood: brainstorming. What do we mean by brainstorm? This is the actual first task of writing anything. If you remember your paragraph, my school, from your grammar and composition book, that's wonderful. But if you want to write creatively, you have to think it for 1 minute, for 2 minutes, and will brainstorm around the topic. Brainstorming is very important. When you take a decision, you want to go back to the memories, you want to check the fact and figures. That is called brainstorming. You brainstorm around an idea and then take any decision around it. So brainstorming would be the first step to write a paragraph. You have to brainstorm, and then you have to take the second decision, that to pen down all the points around your topic. For example, we brainstorm around a topic and we have come up with many ideas. You have to write all the ideas on your exam sheet, under a rough sheet, or if you're writing at your home, you can write on the rough page as well. So when you pen down all the points on your book or a notebook, you have to pick out the most important points, because you have to write few words, almost 80 to 100 words, or you can drag them to 120 words. You have to pick up the most important points around your topic. So when you pick out the most important, you have a clear idea what you are going to write, and you will have a clear direction to write a paragraph, and it will become easy for you to write a paragraph when you have these all points on your notebook. And then you have to see the cohesion between the sentences. In a paragraph, you have to follow the cohesion. Cohesion means relationship between the sentences. Your first sentence should have a relationship with second should have a relationship with third, and consequently to the end of your paragraph. My dear student, if I am at your position, I will also add a quote in my paragraph, because quotes give a beautiful presentation to your paragraph, and you also add the saying of some big personality, and it gives you a benefit in your exam in shape of marks. So what would I do if I were in your position? I would write a code right in between my paragraphs by drawing two lines in between my page, and will write with blue ink the whole quote to strengthen my paragraph. At the end of the paragraph, I need to see, and I need to observe I have been writing a paragraph on a single idea. My dear students, you cannot go to multiple ideas in your one paragraph. For example, you are writing the benefits of mobile phone. You cannot jump to the benefits of cricket match or a sports in that particular paragraph. So you have to restrict yourself to one single idea in your one paragraph. You can obviously give causes and effect in that particular paragraph. You can compare and contrast the whole object, but you cannot jump up to another idea in your one paragraph. So this is all about how to write a paragraph. After writing the paragraph, many students commit such little mistakes. How to get rid of them, my dear students? But before that, I would want to discuss with you, if a topic appears to me in examination coeducation, I'm going to write, for example, a descriptive paragraph. What would I do? I would define what is coeducation. That would be my first step. But before that, I would brainstorm myself. I would have these points on my book or page or somewhere else, and then I will pick out the most important. And these three main points, the one is definition, Pakistan situation, and future planning, I would think that these are most important points. So I would define co-education, and then I would talk about Pakistan situation and future planning. I would talk about all these three things in my paragraph, and also I would include one quote as well. So this is how you have to write a paragraph. After that, you have to see, maybe you have committed some mistake in your paragraph, and then you have to see if I have commit or not any mistake in the paragraph. You have to follow a checklist. After writing any creative writing, you have to see the grammar errors. Particularly, you have to choose a particular color of a pen, for example red, because this is your first draft. You cannot do it in your exam, but you can do it in your creative writing according to the situation. You have to find out the errors, the major errors. As a teacher, I have been noticing from students that they have committed two types of mistakes. If we talk about grammar, they commit tense issues. They're talking about present, and suddenly they jump up to the past, and suddenly they jump forward to the future. You should not do this. There must be a coherence between your tense as well. If you're writing in present, you should write in present. If you're writing in past, you should write in past. And subject verb agreement. If you are learning, if you are well equipped with tenses, there must be no problem of subject verb agreement. What is subject verb agreement? If you have a singular subject, you should have a singular verb. For example, you have to write he is, not he are or he am. Similar is the case, he swims, not he swim. So this is what you need to follow, my dear students. Second one is cohesion. I would see the cohesion in my ideas, in my sentences of a paragraph. If there is some mismanagement or not having a relationship between sentences, I would strongly recommend to check the cohesion in between your sentences. And at the end, I would ask you to check your spellings. When you complete your paragraph, you have to see this spelling. You have to check your spellings. Maybe you have committed some silly mistake. You know the answer, you know the correct spelling, but because of the exam pressure, because of the timings, you may have committed that mistake. But when you recap it, when you recheck it, you can get rid of the spelling error, my dear students. So this is it all from the understanding how to write a paragraph, why are we writing a paragraph, and how to get rid of the silly mistakes we commit on our exam. Now I would like to jump to the sample. Now I'm sharing with you a sample of a great or a good paragraph. I'm going to write a descriptive paragraph on sunset. I'm going to write a descriptive paragraph on the topic sunset. What would I write, for example? Sunset is the time of day when our sky meets the outer space solar winds. There are blue, pink, purple swirls spinning and twisting like clouds of balloons caught on a whirlwind as quoted by J.K. Rowling. Twilight fell, the sky turned to a light, dusky purple littered with teeny silver stars. So, to strengthen my definition, my description, I have attached a quote of J.K. Rowling, the author of a great movie. Yes, I guess she was the one who wrote Harry Potter. It was a wonderful piece of drama, it was a wonderful piece of movie. So this is how I strengthen my paragraph. The sun moves slowly to hide behind the line of horizon, while the moon races to take its place in prominence atop the night sky. People slow to crawl, entranced, fully forgetting the deeds that must still be done. There is a coolness, calmness, and the sun does set. So this is how I would write. I would like to write a paragraph on a particular descriptive topic, that is sunset. So I hope, my dear students, you have learned how to write a paragraph. You may be inspired to produce creative writings in future. You should be inspired to know that you are equipped with the unbelievable potentials, unbelievable capacities, and with many attributes. My dear students, with that, I would say goodbye to you and wish you luck for the future.